Whenever you think of Europe, a similar picture must be formed in your mind, but if I tell you that it is not Europe, this is the real Europe of today, then you might not believe it. But after watching today's video, you will understand everything what I want to show. As of 2020, there were nearly 87 million international migrants in Europe. This was a 16% increase from 2015, when there were about 75 million international migrants in the region. Every year millions of people come to Europe as immigrants, and there are many such people who have come to European countries illegally and no data is available to anyone. These illegal or legal immigrants are mostly responsible for this condition of Europe. And I am not saying this from my own mind, but government figures are saying this, which I am going to show you in the video. So in today's video, we are going to show you 10 European countries that are ruined by immigrants. But before starting the video, I want to request you, we put our best efforts to create our every single video. So please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let's start. Number 10, United Kingdom. The United Kingdom is an island country in Western Europe, made up of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. It's surrounded by the Atlantic Ocean, the North Sea, the English Channel, and the Irish Sea. The United Kingdom is known as the birthplace of modern parliamentary democracy and the Industrial Revolution. It was also once part of the British Empire. But in today's times, the situation of UK has become such, and if something is not done soon, it may get worse. As of 2023, approximately 14% of the UK population, or around 9.7 million people, are foreign-born. Immigrants in the UK come from a wide range of countries, with large communities from India, Poland, Pakistan, Romania, and Nigeria. A significant proportion of immigrants live in major cities, such as London, where over 35% of residents are foreign-born. The Muslim population in the UK grew from 4.8% in 2011 to around 6.5% in 2021. The Christian population declined from 59.3% in 2011 to 46.2% in 2021, and people identifying as having no religion increased from 25.2% to 37.2%. UK taxpayers are paying £3.5 million per day, or nearly £1.3 billion per year, to pay for hotels for 25,000 asylum seekers, many of whom entered via illicit routes such as by boat without permission from safe countries in Europe. Official data from the UK government indicates that the majority of crimes are committed by UK-born individuals. However, in certain categories, such as organized crime and trafficking, some immigrant groups have been implicated. Overcrowding in urban areas, exacerbated by immigration, can sometimes contribute to social tensions and petty crimes. Schools in areas with high immigrant populations often face challenges accommodating students who speak English as a second language. This can strain resources and require additional funding for language support programs. Along with this, there are many other such things due to which most of the people in the UK are now anti-immigrants, so the effect of which you will see in the anti-immigrant rallies in the UK. Number 9. Denmark. Denmark, like many other European nations, has experienced significant immigration over the past few decades. Known for its robust welfare state and high quality of life, the country has attracted immigrants from across the world, particularly from non-Western nations. While immigration has enriched Danish society in many ways, it has also led to challenges, including concerns about crime, integration, and the strain on public resources. As of July 2022, the immigrant population of Denmark was 15% of the total population, or 886,748 people. Of those, 10% were immigrants or descendants of non-Western origin, and 5% were immigrants or descendants of Western origin. According to the Danish Ministry of Justice, non-Western immigrants and their descendants are overrepresented in certain crime categories, particularly violent crimes and property crimes. Organized crime networks, including those involved in drug trafficking and human smuggling, have included individuals with immigrant backgrounds. Socioeconomic disparities, including unemployment and poverty, are significant contributors to crime rates among immigrant populations. Immigration has placed additional pressure on Denmark's public services, including housing, healthcare, and education. These challenges are particularly evident in urban areas with high concentrations of immigrants. The demand for affordable housing has increased due to immigration, leading to overcrowding in some neighborhoods. Segregated housing areas, known as ghettos, have become a focal point for integration challenges and social tensions. Immigrants' access to Denmark's universal healthcare system has increased the strain on resources, particularly in areas with high immigrant populations. Schools in immigrant-dense areas face challenges such as language barriers and higher dropout rates among students with non-Western backgrounds. One of the most pressing issues related to immigration in Denmark is the challenge of integration. While many immigrants have successfully adapted to Danish society, others face significant barriers. Proficiency in Danish is crucial for accessing education, employment, and public services. Many immigrants struggle to achieve fluency, hindering their integration. Cultural practices that differ from Danish norms have led to tensions, particularly around issues such as gender equality and religious expression. Some immigrant communities have been criticized for maintaining insular practices, which can hinder social cohesion. Unemployment rates among non-Western immigrants are higher than among native Danes, partly due to language barriers and discrimination in the labor market. Number 8. Netherlands. The Netherlands has long been recognized as a welcoming country for immigrants, with its rich history of trade and cultural exchange fostering a diverse and multicultural society. However, like many other nations, the influx of immigrants over the past decades has presented a mix of opportunities and challenges. Concerns about crime, integration, and the strain on public resources have become focal points in political and social discussions. As of August 2024, about 16% of the Netherlands' population is made up of immigrants, or people born outside the country. The majority of immigrants come from other European countries, with people from Asia being the next largest group. The relationship between immigration and crime is a polarizing issue in the Netherlands. While many immigrants contribute positively to Dutch society, there are instances where crime statistics reflect a disproportionate representation of certain immigrant groups. Data from the Netherlands' Central Bureau of Statistics has shown that individuals with a non-Western background are overrepresented in certain crime categories, such as petty theft and drug-related offenses. Organized crime, particularly involving drug trafficking, has occasionally involved individuals from immigrant backgrounds, especially in urban areas like Amsterdam and Rotterdam. High-profile incidents involving immigrants can amplify negative stereotypes and fuel public anxiety. Politicians from right-wing parties, such as the Party for Freedom, often highlight these incidents to push for stricter immigration policies, further polarizing the debate. Immigration has contributed to population growth in the Netherlands, leading to increased demand for public services. This has created challenges in areas such as housing, healthcare, and education. Immigrants often settle in low-income neighborhoods, leading to overcrowding and, in some cases, tensions with long-term residents. The government has struggled to build affordable housing at a pace that matches population growth. The Dutch healthcare system, while robust, has faced challenges in meeting the needs of a growing population. Increased demand for services has led to longer wait times in certain areas. Immigrants from non-Western countries sometimes face difficulties adapting to Dutch cultural norms, particularly around issues such as gender equality, LGBTQ rights, and secularism. Instances of cultural clashes have fueled debates about the compatibility of certain immigrant communities with Dutch values. Number 7. Belgium. Belgium is a federal constitutional monarchy in which the king is the head of state and the prime minister is the head of government in a multi-party system. Belgium, located at the heart of Europe, has been a hub for immigration for decades. Its strategic position, high standard of living, and membership in the European Union make it an attractive destination for people seeking better opportunities or refuge. While immigration has brought cultural and economic benefits to Belgium, it has also created challenges in areas such as crime, public services, and integration. In 2023, 194,887 people immigrated to Belgium, which was slightly more than in 2021 and 2022. The war in Ukraine had an impact on the immigrant population, with 7% of immigrants in 2023 being Ukrainian. In 2023, 13.4% of Belgium's population was non-Belgium, while 21% were of foreign origin and 65.5% were of Belgium origin. The relationship between immigration and crime is a contentious issue in Belgium. Public perception often associates certain immigrant groups with higher crime rates, although the reality is more nuanced. Official reports indicate that individuals with foreign backgrounds are overrepresented in some crime categories, such as petty theft, drug-related offenses, and violent crimes. Organized crime, particularly linked to drug trafficking and smuggling, has seen involvement from individuals with immigrant backgrounds, especially in cities like Antwerp and Brussels. Overcrowded urban areas with high immigrant populations can experience higher rates of petty crime due to socioeconomic challenges. Limited trust in law enforcement among some immigrant groups hampers efforts to address crime effectively. Number 6. Austria. Austria, like many countries, has seen increasing immigration in recent years. This influx of people has both positive and negative consequences, and it is essential to recognize the complexity of the situation. Let's explore the topic from a broader, more nuanced point of view. Austria, a small yet influential country in Central Europe, has a long history of immigration. As a member of the European Union, Austria has been a destination for people from various parts of the world, seeking better opportunities, security, and a stable life. While immigration can enrich a nation culturally and economically, it also brings about various challenges. Understanding the complexities of this issue requires a balanced perspective, focusing on the difficulties and the potential for integration. As of January 2023, the percentage of foreign nationals in Austria was 19% of the total population, or roughly 1.73 million people. One of the main concerns raised by critics of immigration in Austria is the alleged link between increased crime and immigrant populations. There are debates over whether immigration is directly contributing to a rise in crime rates. Some argue that marginalized communities, often consisting of immigrants, may face socio-economic difficulties that increase the likelihood of crime. However, it is essential to consider that many immigrants come to Austria seeking refuge from unstable political or economic situations, and their struggles may lead to difficulties in integration. Number 5. Greece. Greece, a country with a rich cultural heritage and strategic location, has long been a crossroads of civilizations. As a member of the European Union, Greece is both a source and a destination for immigration. In recent years, the country has seen an influx of refugees and migrants, particularly from countries in the Middle East, North Africa, and Asia. While immigration can bring many benefits to a country, it also poses significant challenges. To address the issue comprehensively, it is necessary to explore the various aspects of immigration and its impact on Greek society. As of September 2023, the estimated number of immigrants legally residing in Greece is 758,016, which is 7.2% of the total population. One of the major concerns raised by some critics in Greece is the perceived link between immigration and rising crime rates. Certain segments of the population argue that the arrival of immigrants, especially refugees, has contributed to an increase in criminal activities, including theft, assault, and drug-related offenses. However, it's important to recognize that crime rates can be influenced by many factors, including social and economic conditions. Many immigrants come to Greece fleeing war, persecution, or economic hardship. When they arrive, they often face difficult circumstances, including limited access to housing, employment, and social services. These challenges can sometimes lead to frustration and an increased likelihood of becoming involved in criminal activities. Cultural integration is another pressing issue for Greece as it navigates the challenges of immigration. Greece has a relatively homogeneous society, and many immigrants come from different cultural, religious, and linguistic backgrounds. For some Greek citizens, this diversity can create a sense of discomfort, especially if they perceive that immigrants are not making an effort to integrate into Greek society. In addition, tensions may arise over issues such as religious practices, particularly with the increasing number of Muslims in the country, or differences in social norms, including gender roles and attitudes toward the law. These cultural differences can sometimes lead to misunderstandings and friction between local populations and immigrants. Number 4. Italy. Italy, a country renowned for its rich cultural heritage, beautiful landscapes, and historical significance, has long been a destination for immigrants. Situated in the Mediterranean, Italy serves as a key entry point for people arriving from North Africa, the Middle East, and other regions. While immigration brings new cultural dimensions and economic contributions, it also presents challenges that need to be addressed carefully. By examining both the challenges and opportunities, we can better understand the broader context of immigration and its impact on Italian society. Italy's foreign-born population was 6.41 million in 2023, which is about 9% of the country's total population. This includes naturalized citizens and illegal immigrants, also known as clandestini. The number of clandestini is difficult to determine, but is thought to be at least 670,000. One of the recurring concerns expressed by some Italians regarding immigration is the perceived connection between immigrants and rising crime rates. This concern is amplified by media reports highlighting criminal activities involving immigrants, such as theft, drug-related offenses, and organized crime. Another concern raised by critics of immigration in Italy is the perceived economic strain caused by an influx of migrants. With high unemployment rates, particularly among the youth, some Italians feel that immigrants are competing for scarce jobs. This has led to concerns about rising unemployment among native Italians, especially in low-wage sectors like construction, agriculture, and hospitality. As part of its geographical position in the Mediterranean, Italy has become one of the main entry points for refugees fleeing war, persecution, and poverty from countries such as Syria, Afghanistan, and sub-Saharan Africa. The country's role as a frontline state in the European migration crisis has placed enormous pressure on its resources. Number 3. France. France is one of the oldest nations on Earth and the most ethnically diverse country in Europe. These deep and broad influences have made France a world leader throughout history in nearly all aspects of culture, including cuisine, winemaking, politics, philosophy, music, art, film, fashion, literature, and sports. But in today's time, France is losing all its historical things. In 2023, France's foreign-born population was 8.9 million, which was 13.8% of the country's total population. France has long been a destination for immigrants due to its historical ties with former colonies, its economic opportunities, and its status as a beacon of liberty and democracy. Today, immigration remains a topic of heated debate in France, touching on issues such as crime, economic competition, social cohesion, and cultural identity. One of the most contentious issues surrounding immigration in France is the perception of a connection between immigrants and crime. Certain media narratives and political rhetoric often highlight incidents involving immigrants, creating a disproportionate focus on their role in criminal activity. This has fueled public concerns, especially in urban areas where crime rates tend to be higher. France's commitment to secularism and its emphasis on national identity have shaped its approach to immigration and integration. However, the integration of immigrants, particularly those from Muslim-majority countries, has been a polarizing issue. Differences in cultural practices, religious expression, and social norms have sometimes led to tensions between immigrant communities and the broader society. Number 2. Germany. Germany has become one of the most significant destinations for immigrants in Europe. As a leading economic power and a champion of human rights, Germany has attracted millions of people seeking safety, opportunities, and a better future. However, the rapid influx of migrants, particularly during the 2015 refugee crisis, has sparked debates about integration, security, and the long-term sustainability of immigration policies. Germany has a large immigrant population, with over 14 million immigrants in 2022. One of the most prominent concerns among segments of the German population is the perceived link between immigration and crime. Certain high-profile incidents, such as the New Year's Eve events in Cologne in 2015, have intensified fears about security. Media coverage and political rhetoric sometimes amplify these concerns, contributing to stereotypes about immigrants. However, research shows that the relationship between immigration and crime is complex. Studies by the German Federal Criminal Police Office indicate that immigrants are not disproportionately responsible for crime. Newly arrived immigrants, especially asylum seekers, often face economic hardship, unemployment, and limited access to social services, which can contribute to isolated incidents of criminal behavior. Germany's robust economy has made it an attractive destination for immigrants seeking work. However, some critics argue that immigration places pressure on the labor market, housing, and social services. They worry that immigrants, particularly refugees, may strain resources and compete with native-born Germans for jobs. Germany's social fabric has been tested by the arrival of large numbers of immigrants, many of whom come from countries with vastly different cultural, religious, and social norms. Differences in values and practices, particularly with regard to gender equality, religious expression, and family structures, have sometimes led to misunderstandings and friction between immigrants and the host population. For example, debates about religious symbols, such as the hijab, or practices like gender segregation have highlighted the challenges of balancing cultural diversity with Germany's commitment to liberal democratic values. These tensions are further exacerbated by anti-immigration rhetoric from certain political groups, which can inflame divisions and create a sense of alienation among immigrants. Number 1. Sweden. Sweden has long been viewed as a humanitarian leader, welcoming immigrants and refugees from around the world. Its open-door policy, especially during the 2015 refugee crisis, gained international recognition but also sparked domestic debates about integration, crime, and resource allocation. While immigration has presented challenges, it is vital to address these issues constructively and recognize the contributions immigrants make to Swedish society. While some individuals in immigrant communities are involved in crime, it is essential to avoid generalizations. The majority of immigrants in Sweden are law-abiding citizens who work, study, and contribute to society. Addressing crime effectively requires tackling its root causes, such as poverty, marginalization, and lack of opportunities, rather than scapegoating specific groups. Sweden's generous welfare system has made it an attractive destination for immigrants. However, critics argue that the influx of migrants has strained public resources and created competition for jobs, particularly in low-skilled sectors. Sweden's commitment to multiculturalism has been tested by the arrival of immigrants from diverse cultural and religious backgrounds. Differences in language, customs, and values have sometimes led to tensions between immigrant communities and native Swedes. Concerns about cultural integration have been heightened by debates over gender equality, religious expression, and societal norms. For example, issues such as honor-based violence or differing attitudes toward women's rights have sparked heated discussions about how to reconcile cultural diversity with Swedish values. Promoting social cohesion requires efforts on both sides. Immigrants must adapt to Swedish laws and societal norms, while the host society must foster an inclusive environment that respects diversity. Education, community dialogue, and cultural exchange programs can help bridge gaps and reduce misunderstandings. The arrival of large numbers of immigrants has placed pressure on Sweden's housing market, particularly in urban areas. Many immigrants live in overcrowded apartments or segregated neighborhoods, where limited access to public services exacerbates social and economic inequalities. Sweden's response to the 2015 refugee crisis was widely praised for its humanitarianism, as the country accepted tens of thousands of refugees from Syria, Afghanistan, and other conflict zones. However, this rapid influx stretched public resources and fueled political debates about the sustainability of such policies. While challenges exist, it is important to recognize the many positive contributions immigrants make to Sweden. Immigrants enrich Swedish culture, bring diverse perspectives, and fill critical roles in the labor market. They also help counteract demographic challenges, such as an aging population and declining birth rates. Sweden's experience with immigration reflects both the opportunities and challenges of globalization. While the country has faced difficulties in integrating large numbers of newcomers, these challenges are not insurmountable. By addressing the root causes of inequality and fostering a culture of inclusion, Sweden can harness the benefits of immigration while minimizing its drawbacks. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.